Hello, grade 9. Today we will be doing lesson 8.6, which is the volume and surface area of a sphere. So there's a handout on Teams that you should print out and fill in as you watch this video. So this is what you'll see at the top of your handout. It says key ideas, and there's two of them with a diagram. So the first key idea is that the surface area of a sphere is 4 times the area of the circular cross-section that goes through its diameter. So what does that mean? So if I ask you to find the surface area of a sphere, you are able to look at this circle that goes through the middle, find the area of that circle, and then multiply it by 4. So if you'll recall, the area of a circle equals pi r squared, right? So now to find the surface area of a sphere, that equals 4 times the area of that circle, 4 pi r squared. The second key idea is that the volume of a sphere is 2/3 the volume of a cylinder with the same radius and height. So if you're only given the dimensions or the volume of a cylinder, and they ask you to find out what the volume of the sphere inside it would be, you can find the volume of the cylinder and multiply it by 2/3. So let's write that in words. If you are only given the volume of the cylinder, you can find the volume of the sphere by multiplying the volume of the cylinder by 2/3. Okay, below that it says the formula for the surface area of a sphere is surface area equals 4 pi r squared. And the formula for the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. So it's cubed because it's volume. You might want to highlight or underline or put a big circle around these. These are really important and you're going to need to use these in your questions. Okay, now we'll do 2 examples. So the first one says, I'm looking to buy 120 balloons. They're 7 cents each. Helium costs 0.024 cents per liter. Each balloon inflates to a surface area of 900 centimeters squared. How much will it cost to buy and inflate the balloons? So this is a multi-step problem. We're going to be doing 3 steps to find the solution. First, we're going to find the surface area, or we're going to use the surface area formula to find the radius of the balloon, because they give us the surface area in the question. It's 900 centimeters. So surface area to find radius of balloon. Then we're going to look at the volume to see how much helium fits inside. And then the third step is we'll add the cost of helium and the cost of balloons to find the total cost. Okay, so the first part is the surface area. So the surface area of a balloon or a sphere is 4 pi r squared. Now in the question it tells us that the surface area of a balloon when inflated is 900 centimeters. So we're going to write 900 in the place of surface area equals 4 pi r squared. We need to calculate r, or the radius. So we're going to start by dividing both sides by 4 pi. Remember that pi is just a number. We just use a symbol to represent it because it's an unending decimal. So it's fine if we just divide both sides by pi. It's just like dividing by a number. So on your calculator, you can do 900 divided by 4 pi, and that equals 71.66. And on this side, the 4 pi and the 4 pi can cancel out, and we're left with r squared. Now, in order to find r, we'll take the square root of both sides. So the square root of 71.66 will equal r. If you use 71.66 on your calculator, square root equals 8.47. So the radius of a balloon equals 8.47 centimeters. Okay, now part 2. Now that we know the radius, we can find the volume of the balloon to see how much helium fits inside. So the volume equals 4 over 3 pi r cubed. We now know that r, the radius, is 8.47. So the volume equals 4 over 3 pi times r, which is 8.47 to the power of 3. First, we'll do 8.47 to the power of 3. 4 over 3 pi times, that equals 607.65. And then 4/3 times pi times 607.65 equals 2,545.3 milliliters. So we know this is in milliliters because the radius was in centimeters. And when we go from area to volume, centimeters and milliliters convert. Now we need to switch this to liters because the price of helium is in liters. So in order to switch from milliliters to liters, we will divide by 1,000. So that equals 2.545 liters of helium in each balloon. All right, and step 3. So each balloon, it will be 0.024 cents times 2.55 liters of helium times 120 balloons plus the cost of the balloon, which is 7 cents times 120 balloons. This will be the total cost. So 0.024 times 2.55 equals 0.0612 times 120 plus 0.07 times 120 is 8.4. 0.0612 times 120 is 7.344 plus 8.4 equals 15.74. So therefore, it will cost $15.74 to buy and inflate 120 balloons. All right, on to the second sheet. A pharmaceutical company creates a capsule for medication in the shape of a cylinder with hemispherical ends as shown. How much medication will the capsule hold? So if we're wondering how much something will hold, we're talking about volume. So the capsule has rounded ends, and together those ends will form a sphere when they're put together. So we'll have a sphere from the two ends, because each one's a half, and then a cylinder in the middle. So first, we'll find the volume of the sphere. And then second, we'll find the volume of the cylinder. And then third, we'll add the two. So number 1, volume of the sphere. Remember, the formula for the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. So on the diagram there, you'll see that the radius is 0.5 centimeters, the radius of the sphere. So we'll enter that for r in our equation, 4/3 pi times 0.5 cubed equals 4/3 pi times 0.125 equals 0.16 repeating times pi equals 0.524 centimeters cubed. So that's the volume of the sphere. Now we need to find the volume of the cylinder. So remember, we've previously learned that the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared times height. So the area of the base times the height. From the diagram, we can see that the radius is 0.5 of this as well, and the height is 1.3 centimeters. So plugging r and h into the equation, we have pi times 0.5 squared times 1.3 equals pi times 0.25 times 1.3 equals pi times 0.325 equals 1.02 centimeters cubed. Now for the third step, we'll add the two volumes. So we have 0.524 plus 1.02 equals 1.54 centimeters cubed. Therefore, the capsule will hold 1.54 centimeters cubed of medication. All right, let me know if you have any questions and have a good day.